I did it. We're live. We're on the internet. Hi, Chase. How are you?
I am so tired. I've slept for like 4.5 hours.
Cool. I wish I got that much this week. It's yeah, no, I've had a week, as most people know by now. Short version is stomach bug did a Pokemon evolution into heart infection, which is cool. And
The stone you gave it, you better fucking never do that again.
it was a kidney stone. That was what it was. But it fucking sucks, and we're fine. I have to go to a million doctors for the next like 3 months of my life. But we're okay. I'm alive, at least as far as I know. So Everything is cool. I can't do anything high activity for the next July 5th is the work date, but see what the doctor says Tuesday. But in the meantime, I got so much trash to talk about. All the fucking Switch games I played. John, hello, how you doing? I played so much garbage on my Switch that I bought for $1, and I can't wait to share all of it with everybody. But first, Chase, why don't you introduce yourself since you're not Aaron?
Hello, I am Cactuar. I make things on the internet. I most recently have been building this room and posting like update videos.
Yeah, you do have a new streaming room, which is great to see, by the way.
It is real cool. You can see all my fun Nintendo stuff in the background.
Are you some kind of fucking gaming YouTuber? What are you, nerd? Okay.
Trying to be.
I actually got your duct tape prepared today. That was one thing I remembered to do. But that's Chase. He's the TikToker, the streamer, the YouTuber. I was in a video of his, which by the way, you could if you don't mind dropping that link in the chat there. I'll try to remember to do it post uploading a video. But we'll see. I don't remember anything. So but what yeah, no, that was a fun video. I did that video. So the timeline of like where I've been and how I've been feeling. Last week when I had the stomach bug, Saturday I was like on the upswing, but I was fucking tired all the time. I was like, well, I have no other time to do this video, so I got to do it for Chase. So you pretty much saw me between takes of like, okay, time not to die while I do this fucking take. Like I did a take and I was like, fuck, like that. I put on the facest of faces to do that video. And then Sunday started feeling better, which was the next day. Monday felt great. Tuesday, dying. So there's a timeline of that. Red guy, I'm doing great. I'm getting there. How you doing?
Okay.
Yes, I have to thank all the nurses I saw and everything. I know the American healthcare system is bullshit, but the people that work in the hospitals, fucking great people. There was a nice nurse named Deanna who I'll never forget, who we bonded over our ADD meds, and like Tina was scared to like find the cafeteria. She took her there, got her a little like employee discount to get some food. Sweetheart. Never forget her.
Very cool.
Hospitals are fucking dumb. Anyway, what you been up to?
So not a lot of game playing. My roommate of like 6 years just moved out this week, so we've been moving everything in here, trying to get one of the rooms downstairs empty to be a nursery. Not really playing a whole lot of stuff, but I did. I started playing Final Fantasy 14 again because they've got a new content pouch that's out or coming out. But time to start that grind again. And then Final Fantasy 16 just came out. I've played about 90 minutes of it out or past the demo, so I guess about like 3.5 hours total. That game is like just cinematically beautiful. It's insane how good the game looks, how well it feels. There's this whole discourse on the internet about how it's not a Final Fantasy game, and people are like review bombing it because they said it's not their kind of Final Fantasy game. But I triple checked the case. It definitely says Final Fantasy on the front, so I'm not sure where the argument's coming from.
But what's the argument that it's not turn based? Like
that it's not turn based. They're saying that the story isn't the same. It doesn't have like the ability to customize like your magic and weapons and stuff in the same way. It's like they're afraid of change.
Every Final Fantasy game is wildly different than the last one, so
exactly.
I don't understand that.
That's the Trump statement that people just can't handle.
Yeah.
Is like literally anything. Final Fantasy 9 wasn't even supposed to be a Final Fantasy, but in the end they ended up saying, "Hey, let's just name this Final Fantasy 9. It meets the criteria that we've decided on."
Yeah, there's Sid, so therefore it's Final Fantasy 9. Sid's in it. It's a Final Fantasy game.
Yep, they got chocobos.
Mm-hmm.
There's a blue mage. There's a black mage. There's a thief. Like traditional classes. I just don't understand what people are expecting. It's 2023. Like we've got to move on. We've got to move forward.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing that Final Fantasy 15 people didn't like, but that game was awesome too.
Yeah. Well, I do want to play this eventually. This actually looks like the first Final Fantasy I've been like interested in a long time, and I think I'm starting to get on the side of maybe I prefer real time versus turn based
Absolutely.
RPGs lately. I still have Dragon Quest. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah, both are still good, but like the ARPGs are just um there's no lull period in an ARPG like there is like in Persona.
mhm.
There gets to a point where it starts to slow down, and you're like, okay, well, because at that point you rely on the story to keep you engaged.
Yeah,
But even if the story gets bad at any point in Final Fantasy 16, the combat is still so fast, and these enemies are beating your ass unless you're just like a master at parrying or dodging, which I am not.
right.
So all of it is enjoyable.
Yeah, I am very excited to get this eventually. I mean, you know me, I'm a cheap ass, so I will probably wait on it, but it'll
Honestly, I don't blame you.
yeah.
Um,
I'm just
there's
cheap.
there's a problem where if your PS5 is old, it can cause it to overheat and shut down. Which again, people online were excited about that too. They were like, "Oh, the game's so good it can shut down your PS5." And it's like, why are we
It's a weird flex.
celebrating half-assed hardware? Like, when did it become fun to recognize the failings of capitalism?
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a flex to have, but okay, whatever works for you, I guess.
The
It's on
internet
Xbox, right?
dog shit takes this week, man.
Is Final Fantasy 16 on Xbox too or no?
What? Oh no, it's
Oh no,
exclusive.
bitches. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to get a 5 eventually, so
I mean, eventually it'll come to PC. Could
Steam Deck,
potentially be Steam
Steam
Deck
Deck,
compatible.
Steam Deck, Steam Deck. The love of my life.
Those are the
And
magic
Tina.
words. As soon as something says it's Steam Deck compatible, I'm so much more interested.
That's what I was waiting for. Like I'm watching the AEW page constantly. I was like, please just put it on there. Like I know the Young Bucks said it is. I know they're playing it on a Steam Deck. Like just fucking just put it on the page so I can like just sit there and masturbate to the fucking sight of it. Like all I want.
1 terabyte or micro SD for my Steam Deck, so it's got max storage on it, and like that's the first thing I'm putting on that, aside from the emulators and stuff, is just throwing Five Forever on there.
I keep forgetting to redo MU Deck, and I should just do it when I guess I'm home. I'm doing nothing else, so. Red Guy says, I'm stoked about the classic Final Fantasy collection that came out for the Switch. Just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. I wanted that, but the price of it was a little much for me, personally. And then actually, so there's another great internet take I saw this week. People were like, oh, you're bitching about the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster price being, what was it, like 75 or something?
I think it's $60 or $70. Aaron bought it for me for my birthday, so I actually have it's on the way to me right now.
Yeah, but then people are like, oh, but Mario RPG gets announced for full price, and everyone's like, oh, one game for full price. I'm like,
Oh, I lied. It's $80. Wow.
yeah,
Okay,
I'm like not even closely the same argument. I do like, hold on, I like 4. You know, to be honest, out of those first 6, I'm really only jonesing to play 4 and 6 again. Like, so like I would wait personally, but like I know other people are excited. I'm not gonna take your joy away.
Yeah, I like 3, but I just recently
Oh,
played
3.
through the
3's
3DS
okay.
version of 3. 4, 5, and 6 are the ones I'm most interested in. I don't think I'm gonna go back and play Final Fantasy 1.
I tried it. It's not good.
It's a Final Fantasy. That's great. I'm sure this one has a more updated system, so it guides you a little bit better. But like straight up, I just had a walkthrough pulled up. Like,
Oh yeah.
spoiler-free walkthrough, basically saying like, "Hey, this is your next checkpoint to talk to," because otherwise, you spend way too much time figuring out where to go.
Yeah. And he said, like, you know, Mario RPG is getting a full redo though, so you can understand the full game price. Yeah, we know. The internet is dumb.
And it's so pretty. Oh my god!
I can't wait.
So good.
We're gonna talk about all that, but before we talk about all that, I gotta take everyone on a trip right now, because when I was in the hospital, I was playing. Well, let me tell you the how I got here. I started playing SMT3 Nocturne. I don't know if you've played that at all. But I was playing that on the Switch. I told Aaron I was playing it because, you know, Aaron's a big Shin Megami Tensei everything fan. It's like, oh, maybe I'll like this. This is not the gameplay. God damn it. So I tried that. Let's do gameplay, Kevin. There we go.
Say that it's a Shin Megami and then it's the Resident Evil.
No. YouTube. The internet has bad takes. So I started playing this, and I gotta say, I liked most of this game until a certain point. Now, the whole gimmick of Shin Megami Tensei games is like demon capturing, and the way you do that is by having conversations with the demons, right?
Mm.
The problem is, you can do. I was asking Aaron, like, what am I doing wrong? Because it never seems like I'm getting the demons on my side. You have to understand like they all have different personalities, and like you can do everything right. But even if you say everything right to certain monsters, there is still a chance that they will not follow you. And I was like, that's fucking stupid. If I do everything right, the game still just decides no. And it would be like fine if it was like they said no and you walked away with nothing. But they're like, oh, give me a life stone. Give me some money. Give me a revival bead that costs so much money and they're super rare to find in this game. And then they're just like, nah, I don't want to join you. So I just lost all this money in like rare items I needed. And the monster just goes, bye-bye. Like, that's bullshit. Like, you know, throw a Pokeball in Pokemon. You don't capture a Pokemon, you lose a Pokeball. Okay, no big deal. But like, this is so fucking random. So I was getting annoyed at that. And then there's a boss, which I hope that this person gets up to. Maybe they won't. I'm going to just straight up find him. It's called the Matador. Okay? This boss fight, Aaron said a lot of people quit at because it's a super unbalanced boss fight for the beginning of the game. And if you didn't master all the gameplay mechanics in the first 6 hours of the game, you're fucked. Like, I sat there, grinded and grinded, and he starts the battle, like, with a hit evasion +4, and, like, just super strong. So you have to debuff him like crazy, and then hopefully you win the fight. It was just dumb. And I just wasn't lucky enough to get the monster who, like, is good at debuffing. So, like, up to this point, like, I felt like I was fucked. What am I gonna do? Like, and again, he said a lot of people quit at this boss fight, so I don't really feel bad. And the dumb thing is, in Persona Shin Megami games, if you your main character dies, the battle's over. So, hope you didn't die at that point.
Yeah, this is it's a port of like the game is older, right? And
PS2 game. Yeah, PS2 game.
Okay, yeah, that checks out.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say that's the only way that any of this makes sense because I feel like this kind of imbalancing is more common back then, and that's why these games were more niche back then than they are now. Now they're starting to enter the mainstream and do quality of life changes, but a lot of the earlier games, I mean, the first 2 or 3 Personas are the same way. They're not fun to play.
Yeah.
I mean, even the appearance is off-putting. They're like Persona 1, I believe, on the PSP. When you move, it's like you move through a maze like you do in the the NES Dungeons and Dragons games.
Yeah.
So like you turn left and right, so you're looking at a wall or down a hallway, and then you basically have to like learn the map as you're going, and it's not intuitive to newer players. And this looks like a lot more of that shit.
Yeah. Well, here we are now. I tried it. I got to this fight. I spent probably, I'm going to say about 7 hours grinding to get this fight. And then eventually I was like, you know what? I'm fucking done. I've wasted too much time on this. So, listen, there's a reason Persona is taking over like as the main Shin Megami series now. And I think it just speaks for itself. So, I tried it. I gave it my bestest. But I feel like if you put 8 hours into a game and you're not clicking with it, you know by now, you know? So.
Absolutely. But also, like, I've heard nothing but good things about SMT5. So I think even those games, like, got quality of life upgrades. It's just the symptom of an older game. It's a little more hardcore back then because they were targeting a more niche audience.
I'm willing to try 5. I'm not against that. So. But then I put it down and I was like, what other garbage do I have on my Switch? This is a game for everyone watching the video called Goblin Sword. And if you look at the title screen, you think the Dragon Quest straight up ripoff, right?
Immediately is what I thought.
Fucking not. This is a mobile game. It has to be a mobile game. You get your, like, you look at the overall and then, like, you know, the boxes of levels pop up on the map and there's 3 stars. Ooh, you better get all 3 stars on the level kind of thing. And it's just a garbage. Not garbage. I shouldn't say garbage. This game isn't bad. It's just fucking boring. To be honest, like, I bought it for $1. It's the most basic platforming possible. Like,
you found a crystal.
Yeah, and you know what the crystal does? You got the crystal in a little square when you go look at the level. Like, there's really nothing. You can get different swords, and they have the most minimal differences, and it's just... This is why you don't buy games that are on dollar sales on Switch. Okay, I tried it. It's here. You know, you could definitely play it if you want, but I got to like World 3 and I was like, okay, I'm good. I pretty much seen everything I need to see in this game. So Goblin Sword, not great. Let me go in order. Oh, I played a little bit of this. This one was actually good. I don't know if I need specifically Switch gameplay for this, but you ever play Teenage Mutant Turtles and Turtles. Manhattan Project. I can't say the words. Ninja Turtles 3. That's a good one. I had a great time playing. I didn't beat it because I was just running out of lives, and that's my life, you know. But Ninja Turtles 3 is great. I definitely wish I had somebody to play it with because that game can get a little difficult by yourself. So if anyone wants to play, I got Cowabunga Collection on Xbox and the Switch because I am just a mark for Ninja Turtle games, even though I've never really watched the show.
Honestly, the games were on a whole nother level though. Like Konami was killing it back then.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed this game. It's short, but I can run through this game anytime. Will I play the first Ninja Turtles game? No, I don't hate myself. Stop it. So there's that one. I think I played 2, I played 3, I played 4 now. Played Hyperstone Heist. Even 2 on NES, like I don't love that version, but like it's fine, you know?
Yeah, it's playable. Honestly, it's probably one of the better NES games as far as like how those games have aged.
Yeah. The hit detection is just a little weird. But then I played another game that was apparently free on the Switch. Chex Quest HD, which does not have the Brutal Doom mod. Sorry. I didn't realize there were all these different characters, but there's only 5 levels in this game, which is, I get why it's free. Like, they gave it away in a cereal box, so it was like fun for what it was. Wait a minute, are there more levels and I'm just stupid? Okay, maybe there are. I thought I was dumb. I gotta go back to Chex Quest. I was stupid. I was on drugs in the hospital, okay? Let me just say, the HDing they did with this game, really unnecessary, because it used to look like a Doom game. Like, this game is cool. Like, they didn't have to go so hard on, like, the HDing of the textures and everything, and making 3D models. They could have just ported Chex Quest. But, hey, this game's real good. Especially for free. I think it's free on everything. So if you check Steam, this might be just, you could pop it on the Steam Deck and play.
I know at one point they charged for it, so if it's not still free, it's pretty cheap.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a game they gave away in a cereal box that did not need to be remade in any sense. Like, nobody needed to remake this game. We would have been fine just as the pixely version as it is. But they fucking did it. And Chex Quest is cool. So, I don't know. If it is free, go pick it up still. If it's $2, it's worth the $2. I didn't realize there were more levels. So I have to go back to it and finish it now because I'm just stupid. There were a lot of drugs going on in the hospital. Okay, guys?
I've never seen the HD version of this. Like, this looks super awesome.
Yeah, they didn't need to go this hard, but they did. And I'm happy that they did. So, okay. Then after I beat Chex Quest, I have to go back. I played a little thing called Battle Circuit, which I don't even remember. I'm going to be honest with you. What the hell was Battle Circuit? Oh, I remember. It's I did a Capcom, what's it called? Beat 'em up collection thing. I was just scrolling through and seeing what games I've never played before. And it's one of the lesser known Capcom beat 'em ups. There's 4 players going on. It looks like chaos, but something about beat 'em ups and just punching somebody and watching a life bar go down, like, is the most satisfying thing in the world to me. I don't know if you ever even heard of this one.
I have not.
Yeah,
this shit looks wild.
yeah. This is 4 players on screen. So there's the green guy, the pink guy, the yellow guy, and the blue guy.
Yeah, it took me a second to realize that the giant plant monster is a playable character and not
Yup.
that guy.
Yeah, 4 players looks like absolute chaos. But if you got the Capcom beat 'em up collection, I've liked every game on there so far. So there's that. I mean, Final Fight's on there. I don't know why Capcom refuses to like acknowledge Final Fight 2 and 3, like they didn't exist. I kind of want them to get a little love. So maybe not. And it's on in Japanese if you get the beat 'em up collection. So Battle Circuit is fun. There's that one. Okay, here's where the garbage really comes in. You ever heard of Kitten Squad?
I can't say that I have, but
Oh, it was a PETA game? Oh, I didn't realize it was a PETA game. That makes more sense.
oh no.
I didn't know that. But the game is fucking garbage. You want to know what the best way to say it is? It's the shittiest Binding of Isaac clone ever. I don't care whose YouTube video this is. You just get put in a room and you just destroy everything in there. That's the whole game. I mean, I break it down like that, and it sounds like Binding of Isaac, but that game has like character and like fun things going on, where this is just, yeah, I bought it for $1. That's what happens when you buy things for $1. It's garbage. You got like the most perplexed look on your face, like why somebody would play this.
Yeah, I just thought that PETA's whole thing was like, hey, we don't want anything bad to happen to animals. Like, we don't even want depictions of it. And then here they are making this game where this cat's just getting his ass beat by robots.
There was they did that Pokemon game. You remember that? Like the Pokemon Black and Blue, I think they called it. I can't believe I bought a PETA game. What the fuck was I doing? I'm not a fan of PETA. I do love animals, but this game is, it looks like a Flash game, and not in a cool way.
It definitely looks like some Newgrounds shit.
Yeah. So do not buy Kitten Squad. Which, I do love cats, but it was the most garbage game. I think I played it for about 15 minutes before I said absolutely not. Okay, we'll do this one more garbage because I tried this yesterday. I don't know why I did that. You ever heard of Revenge of the Bird King?
No.
Apparently there was some like controversy around this game in limited run that I tried to look down the rabbit hole and I didn't. It just seemed like too much. So Revenge of the Bird King, which is, oh hey, guy in the corner. The first thing I saw about it was, if you like games inspired by Zelda 2, and I was like, oh boy, no, I don't. I don't like Zelda 2 at all. You play as a bird who plants seeds in the ground to spawn guns. Yeah, that's that. I don't know. It's just basic platforming after that. I don't really see anything about Zelda 2 beyond that. Other than the overworld kind of looks like Zelda 2. But like, this game's just boring. It's just a boring fucking game. Like, this makes it look more fun than it is, but like, why do I have to plant a seed to pull out a gun? And it just seems like an extra step. And like, none of the weapons feel like they have any impact at all, which is like the worst thing. Like, I feel like this gun is like the absolute pea-shooter. The sword in your back doesn't damage enemies. It just pushes them, which I think is annoying. It looks like a giant machete blade. Why not, So, I don't know. Revenge of the Bird King. It's a game.
The coolest thing about this is that ridiculous sword.
Yeah, and it doesn't do any damage.
I guess.
It doesn't do any damage. Like, the sword does no damage. So, I don't know. It's a sure. I'm not going to play it again, but I don't know. It had some limited run controversy. I don't really care about it.
Look it up if you want the cliff notes real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. I got to pull up the next thing anyway.
So I guess there was an email between Metal Jesus and someone at Limited Run, and it leaked out of context, and people were trying to say that Metal Jesus was conspiring to increase the value of that game to resell it.
Why?
Which, like, there's a lot of holes in that logic because Limited Run sells everything for retail. Mm-hmm. The email was just about Metal Jesus saying that there should be PlayStation trophies for people who hunt that stuff. Mm-hmm. And also, like, if Metal Jesus was trying to increase prices to resell stuff, that'd be pretty fucking insane since he notoriously keeps all his stuff. Like, that's his whole shtick.
Yeah.
Just weirdo behavior.
Yeah, internet's weird. So, there's that. Last thing I was playing, if you popped in the stream yesterday, I was playing some Red Faction Remastered, which is a dumb name. I was playing on the Switch.
I actually love that name.
It's such a dumb name. So I was playing on the Switch, and I will say, number one, I'm just looking at this gameplay. The Switch version does not look or feel this good at all. I can't feel it. I guess I'm not playing it.
When did the game originally come out?
It was a PS3 360 game, and I will tell you the Switch version feels like a PS3 or 360 game. Like, it just feels sloppy, and I know it's the Switch, whatever, but like, God, it was kind of choppy. I'm just looking at this gameplay, and I'm like pissed I didn't play this version. already, and I got soft locked out of the game because there's some weird bug where if you don't pick up a certain weapon at a certain time in the Switch version, the next mission just doesn't spawn.
It's so
So
weird that's a Switch exclusive thing. Like
I was looking up Switch
for the Switch.
I was looking up Switch stuff, to be fair, so maybe it's in every version. I will say that, but I didn't get the nano welder or something, and like I didn't see it available for purchase. So I was like, well, what the fuck do I do? So I don't know. I want to like Red Faction. The first one I soft locked myself because I save scummed myself into a corner basically, and then I never played the second one. But I want to like these games, but they keep pissing me off. And also, right stick to aim, like clicking it in, is the worst thing in the world, and we should ban it. Stop doing that. It's the worst.
PS3 games, or specifically PS3 shooters, when they were before they figured out the right formula, there were a lot of really weird or terrible controls for that. So, if they were to come back and make another game, hopefully that's not something that will continue. But I mean, I complained to you that one time about like the first kill zone, how weird the aim on that is because
It's very weird.
Controls are just super weird.
And then two has a more traditional control scheme, which is not set by default. And then 3, I think, is set by default. So I don't know. They were trying for something for sure. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll come back to this game one day on a different version that isn't the Switch, but Jesus Christ, that version does not feel good. So, and also, like, I am just kind of open world run down, to be fair. I don't get why every game's got to be an open world. I think we really just need to stop doing that as a whole. But I get what that was kind of the gimmick of this game. It was, destroy everything. So.
You're probably not playing Metal Gear 5 anytime soon.
It's not that I won't. Like, if an open world is done well, sure. But, like, I've just seen a couple games where like there's no reason it needs to be this way. Like my go-to is Halo Infinite. Game had no reason to be an open world. I did none of the upgrades because I just wanted to get through it after my save file got borked one time. I was just fine. Nothing happened. Like that campaign was also incredibly unmemorable. What was another one that doesn't need to be an open world? Street Fighter, for sure. Doesn't need to be an open world. I'll try Metal Gear if it's worth it and good. I'll never play 4. That's for sure.
Oh, that hurts.
I do not have time to sit through a 28-minute or was it an hour something cutscene?
Yeah, I think there's one in the middle of the game that's just about 90 minutes.
I don't fucking have I want to play the game. Like, well, I'll just read a plot synopsis. I'm sure it's great, but like,
just skip the cutscene.
I guess is there like a clip notes on that one cutscene?
I'm sure there is. Also, if I remember right, the cutscene is a lot of like, it's not filler, but it's not necessarily stuff that's like important to the end game of the plot. It's more so important if you want to figure out like what motivations are for certain characters or where they end up in the game. It's not like stuff you have to know to continue the game.
All right, fair enough. Well, maybe I'll play 4, but oh yeah, it's gonna be on the collection, right? Or no?
Yes, is that on the news? Because
I didn't. You know what? You want to find me a link of that? Because I didn't. I thought it was just gonna be 1, 2, 3, and that's
So it's gonna be on the next collection. That's why they named this one Volume 1. Okay. So that was the first hint people got. I mean, we can go ahead and put it on the list, and we'll talk about it when we get there. But there's a lot to it. I'm very excited.
I just want to let you know my friend Jeff checked into the stream and messaged me, said, "Who's that guy?" I said, "My friend Chase," and he said, "Chase, a handsome boy." So,
hey,
Jeff,
wait, you talking about like wrestling game, Jeff?
No, yeah.
Dang. So there's like a mutual like
handsomeness.
Yeah, well, I won't say like an attraction, but like I always say that Jeff is like my favorite guest for
Yay!
to do streams with. So it's good to know that that's a mutual feeling.
It broke my fucking heart yesterday. They did their gender reveal, and like I cannot get like especially for a week, I cannot like get sick basically, like with all this shit going on. And they had their gender reveal, and it fucking broke my heart yesterday that I couldn't be there. Like I had a good cry on the couch, not gonna lie to you. So that was cool. The world knows that now. Don't worry about it. Anyway.
Hey, you're allowed to be sad.
I was fucking devastated. And he's gonna have a cute baby girl. It's gonna be great. Ah,
Yeah.
so excited. Uh, Chelsea,
I've never seen you.
yeah,
Like,
she's invaded my house midstream, and it's been scary. Like,
I
scared me.
must have missed that. I know what Chelsea sounds like. I have never seen Chelsea's face.
She's got a Twitter. You could go follow her Twitter now. And
I
she's
do follow her on Twitter.
blonde bitch is back. She dyed her hair blonde again. So there's that. That's how we met. So it looks like Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2 will include MGS4. Jesus, I can't wait. So, all right, Konami's Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 1 officially announced. Okay, but it seems going to be Volume 2. It's going to continue Metal Gear 4. So what's amazing, and I know like technology has moved, but I remember them being like, Metal Gear 4 could not happen without the cell processor. Like that was the whole thing behind it, remember?
Well, dude, so this is how how quickly the snowball turned into like an avalanche this week. So at the start of the week, there was a Metal Gear 4 dev who did an interview and shared that at one point they were pitching for this to be on the Xbox 360 as well. The only reason it didn't, the only reason, so they excuse me, they actually went to Microsoft, showed them a working version of the game on the 360.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason they couldn't do it is because the game is so large, it had to be put on a dual layered Blu-ray. One of the only games to do so on the PS3. If they moved it to DVDs, which is what the 360 was using at the time, it would have had to been like 4, 5, 6 discs long
Mm-hmm.
just to get everything installed and put on there. So ultimately, they were like, "Hey, people aren't going to buy this. If they do, it's going to be too high of a production cost.
Right.
We're just going to stick to the PS3 because they've got the Blu-ray technology." That's the only reason we don't have a 360 version. So it's always been there, just kept under wraps. Konami's never said anything. The developers probably under an NDA, so they can't say shit about it. Except this one guy who decided to just blurt it out like a decade later, or
Yeah.
20 years later. Um,
Yeah, we're old now, turns out.
so 2 days later, someone does a data mine of Konami's website where the Volume 1 collection is, and there are like missing buttons that have been hidden that are placeholders for Metal Gear Solid 4, Metal Gear Solid 5, and Peace Walker, which is one of the PSP games, one of the really renowned PSP games. Like, people love Peace Walker. I'm surprised Acid isn't there as well because people also love that shit. So
That might be on two.
Sunday, thinking this game could never get ported, it had to be streamed through like PS Now when they finally decide they want to now like this game can be on anything and everything and always could have been. And
It's
like,
just
how the fuck did we get here? Why did it take so long?
because reasons, man. I don't know, but like I'm so fucking excited to see this now.
I'm just glad more people can play it because honestly, like I know the cutscene is like a turnoff, but the game is incredible. The end of the game is probably the best end to any game that I've ever played. It's the only game where I've created a save so I can replay the ending over and over.
My buddy does that with Final Fantasy X, actually.
10 is a pretty good one, honestly. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But like it's just crazy how like fun and cinematic the end is. It feels like a true conclusion, so it was kind of a like Metal Gear 5 had to be in the past because they couldn't have kept the story going.
Right.
But it's just so well done. It's a nice send off to Snake. I am so stoked that more people get to play the game and that I can play it like on my Switch or fingers crossed.
Team Deck. I hope. I fucking hope so. I need that in my life. Well, I get like I love Metal Gear Solid 3 especially. 1 and 3, 2 I liked. I definitely got lost in 2 a lot. I remember I needed like a walkthrough of that, and doing naked cartwheels is hilarious. So, I guess maybe it's time. Maybe I will try 4. Maybe I'll do it.
It is a good time. I think that you'll like a lot about it, and if you don't care about the cutscenes, you can just skip that shit and just enjoy the really like, because it's the most refined that gameplay was for a long time. Like, obviously they updated even more with 5, but like 2 and 3 were considered to be gems, and then all of a sudden 4 comes out and blows them out of the water. It was just this incredible thing. Like, how the fuck did this get even better?
Well, gonna have to look into it now. We do have new Game Pass games coming out. This is not the normal graphic I usually see. Oh god, the cost of Game Pass is set to increase in the coming weeks. Fuck. How do I avoid that?
I
I didn't
forgot
hear.
they're increasing Game Pass costs, and I think they're increasing the cost of their consoles as well.
Fuck.
They're calling out PlayStation for doing it. Now
$16.99 a month. Oh god, that sucks. Okay, well I hate everything. I mean, it's $2 more a month. I'm gonna be okay, but like, fuck me. I don't like. I did get PlayStation Premium to try to stream Slide 2. That was a fucking mistake, but like, I'm gonna have one subscription service like that. That's the one. So, all right. So we got two games hit Game Pass on June 27th. We got Bramble the Mountain King, which I've never heard of. Have you?
no, no.
This looks like an indie artsy fartsy game. Yeah.
Uh,
Whoa. Okay, there was a horrid person in there.
This
Depressed.
is like $1 Steam. Oh, never mind. Okay, it changed. I was gonna say this is $1 Switch game. Like,
Yeah, kinda. So depressing fantasy worlds are nothing new. Yet Bramble the Mountain King surprised me with its dark Nordic folklore. I don't know. It doesn't look like it has enough combat for me, but like that creepy girl in the background makes me want to die.
yeah, I think this could be a really cool game, but one of those games like this kind of falls under the category of like Ico or
Mm-hmm.
Rhyme for me. Like, if I can convince myself to sit down and play it, I might get really hooked in. But just off of looking at it, it doesn't seem like something I would convince myself to play. Fist, on the other hand, fucks.
Fist Forge and Shadow Torch is a 2D Metroidvania sold, in which players take control of a power armored up rabbit named Rayton. Says that to his friend Uso. I'm going with that. Face off against the person of Legion. I mean, 2D Metroidvania, you've already got me kind of like set in that, but like this kind of looks cool, actually.
It is so awesome.
All right, this is going in my little list. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna, nope, just gonna go look at that over there. I'm about it. All right, to my never-ending list of games that I'll play. One day I'll play all of these. I mean, I'm about it. Okay, fine. Game Pass, you got me. See, you know what? I'll pay. I'll go with your price hike for this. I have to poop again. Okay. What do we got? All right. So there's Fist, Forge, and Shadow. Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town.
Hey, Chelsea and I were just talking about this one.
Oh, because you guys love Harvest Moon. I mean, well,
Talking about one to stream, so I was like, they've got there's some new like Harvest Moon games coming out.
that's right. Oh yeah, Story of Seasons is the one that the developers went off and started making, right?
Well, this is a remake of one of the older, Harvest Moon DS.
Oh, okay.
Friends of Mineral Town is like the name of a portable Harvest Moon game, if I'm not mistaken, and this is them remaking it under the Story of Seasons label since they don't own the name Harvest Moon anymore.
Right. Actually, Chelsea, you ever install Harvest Moon yet? She was all excited when it got announced for NSO. She gotta go play it. All right, Mulissa. That is a cute name. Okay, I get you, game. We get that. Launch a Game Pass today. Arcade Paradise. I've heard of this and I forget what it is. Something about owning a laundromat. That's all I remember. Manage your own successful laundromat business by turning it into an arcade. Right. Oh, I remember people saying. I heard it was like kind of fun.
Game Grumps played this. Yeah, I mean, it's like if you like these weird sim style games, it's an enjoyable thing. I tried playing like the internet cafe simulator, and it was okay. Not really my kind of thing, but I do really like watching people play these kind of games.
Okay. Yeah, no, it looks neato. I've heard a lot about it, but like I don't know. I guess like if you can play like these nod to other arcade game things. You know what the thing is? I would definitely feel like running a laundromat is like one of those like weird jobs in life where like I could do that. I'd run a laundromat.
Yeah, I mean, apparently they're like if you can get it in the right spot, it's a super profitable like low effort business model because I mean, really your biggest job is just going through collecting quarters and making sure that like the detergent machines and stuff stay stocked. That's it. Like that's what you're doing.
It's one of those like dream jobs I have to like if I could do anything else. Like I also like would just be totally cool at like owning a convenience store, minus the robbery thing. You know?
Yeah, the robbery thing is pretty off-putting.
Yeah, minus that part. Like, I kind of one of those jobs I would just do. Okay.
Have you seen Clerks at all?
You know what? I haven't, but people tell me I should.
Well, it's like a convenience store that's attached to a video store, and it's two friends that like one runs one and one runs the other. I think I could definitely do a situation like that,
Yeah.
especially like if I was the video store friend. I think a video store would.
It's one of those things I want to do where I don't have to like do a job where I gotta like break my back every day. Sounds awesome.
Exactly. Yeah, you're just stocking tapes, and there's almost always something playing in there to like distract, or you can rewatch something you love.
I miss fucking working at the game store so bad. Best job I ever had. I wish I could afford it, but cannot. We got Sword and Fairy Together Forever. What? I've never heard of this. Oh, it's a franchise that may not be well known outside of the East. Okay. But is a long-running beloved notable series that only made its way west in recent years. Most are only in Chinese. Awesome. Love that. But what kind of game is it, though?
It's an ARPG, so could be good.
Did we get any gameplay? Okay. You know what? It kind of reminds you of like Ninja Gaiden gameplay with those numbers popping up. I don't know. I could be into it. Why not? Is Lu Bu in this game? That's all I really want to know.
Yo, that looked cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Honestly, I might give this a shot. I've got to finish 16 and 7 remake, but after that, I might give this a try because I have been like craving ARPGs recently.
Yeah.
This does look kind of dope.
I do got to play Diablo, but I didn't realize like Diablo is gonna be so season based this time, and like
Yeah, online only. I mean, you can do the campaign is huge. Aaron and I have been playing together, and I think we're only like level 25.
wow.
It's there's a lot going on, especially if you're doing side quests and stuff.
All right. Okay, so that's coming, and these are games leaving. But who cares about games leaving? Let's talk about games coming out, because where's the big old thing, the Nintendo Direct that happened, which I honestly, I think was pretty damn good for mostly two things, but we'll get there. So we got the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is getting DLC. Bold choice with those games, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, I think this is the worst looking thing in the Direct. Like, you can't hide the fact that the game looks terrible. Even in this, it looks empty. And they still showed scenes where there's like very low FPS, and like I still had fun with these games, but I had to like force myself into the fun.
I just have no fucking desire to play a Pokemon lately. Like they just look cheap.
Yeah, just play other games. I mean, we've got Pal World coming out.
Fucking Pal World.
I can't
wait.
I just got a key for Cassette Beasts, so I'm gonna sit down and try that out. But like, fans of Pokemon for years now have been making better Pokemon games than Pokemon Company. So like that didn't change with this. This game is super fun. I spent 20 hours alone just hunting for a shiny Ampharos, and like I still would recommend people just go elsewhere.
Yeah, it's a shame because I want to love Pokemon, but oh well. We got Sonic Superstars, which I still need to play Mania, I've learned.
This game comes out the day that my daughter is born, so I'm gonna be playing this in the hospital while
you fucking would. Like, baby.
It was Mario Golf came out the day that Aiden was born, and I was playing that in the hospital. Cause like, what can I do? I can't make her feel better, so I'm just kind of sitting there being like, "Oh, it's okay, babe.
I'm here for you." But check out what the swing I just did. Woo.
I can't feed the baby because like that's I don't got the parts required.
No.
Like I'm really just there for moral support, and like for moral support I can have my Switch on and still do that.
So, well, I guess I always my parents always made the joke that whenever it is baby time, like you're just gonna be sitting there with a Game Boy or something. They said, "How dare you? I have a Steam Deck now. Stop it!" Like, my biggest fear is that like the battery's gonna die and be like, "Well, I got nothing to do now."
Just bring the charger. There's plenty of places to plug it in, like especially after the delivery.
Yeah.
Like you're basically in like a small suite. They're gonna make you sleep on a shitty couch. You might as well be able to like play Switch or your Steam Deck on a shitty couch because you're not gonna sleep a lot.
Yeah, that's fair. I will say I didn't get a full night's sleep since call it Monday. I woke up in the middle of the night even when I was home. Fucking Thursday into Friday night in the hospital, since when I got the little needle heart thing, they came in every 15 minutes to check my vitals. It was the fucking worst. I hated that. But
I
yeah,
mean, given your situation, probably for the best, but yeah, not great for your sleep cycle.
I did tell you my two priorities once I got out of there, right? When I woke up out of the procedure, it was grab Tina's titty and get a milkshake.
I knew the first one. I did not know about getting a milkshake.
Oh yeah, my dad got me a milkshake, but then like I couldn't have it until after, so I got out of the procedure, and I apparently yelled down loud. I was like, "Is my milkshake still there? Sick. Let me get that." Like, I have priorities in life, so.
Yeah, when I do drugs, I also like to consume ice cream, so I completely understand.
Hello, Willie. How you doing? We got Palia. Build the life of your dreams. I'm already out. This is Fortnite. This
This one's an MMO, which is weird, but I'm sure people will have fun with this. I'm not playing this, especially not on the Switch.
yeah. Listen, I don't want to shit talk on the Switch more than I have today, but yeah, I don't know how a Switch MMO will be. John, hello.
I wasn't even trying to shit on like the Switch hardware or anything, but like an MMO is not conducive of a console environment. MMOs for you to be able to fully like take advantage of what they offer, you got to be able to communicate. So either some kind of voice chat built into the game, or at least a keyboard to be able to talk to people.
Yeah.
Even if it was on PS5 and Xbox Series X, I would say the exact same thing. It's not conducive of an MMO.
We got Persona 5 Tactica, which I'm very convinced somebody just did a typo and said, "Fuck it, I'm keeping it." This looks fun. Here's
so good. It's like it's like Mario Rabbids, but with Persona.
with Pokemon. Yes. Pokemon Persona crossover sounds great. This looks so goddamn cute. I love the chibi art style.
It's such a nice art style. It reminds me of the Funko Pops for Persona 5.
Yeah, I saw somebody who's a very cynical person that I know said that, like, man, Atlas loves milking Persona like Square loves milking Final Fantasy VII, and guess what? They're fucking good. So I don't care. Like,
yeah,
they're great.
Welcome.
Like, if Persona 5 is so good, it becomes its own series, a spin-off of a spin-off of a spin-off. Fine, these characters are great.
Well, this also isn't anything new. They've been doing that for a long time. I mean, there's P3A, like the Persona, or maybe it's P4A, but like, I mean, there's Persona 3 Pocket Edition. There's like they've always had the spin-off games. They have the Dance All Night. Like, this is nothing new. This is traditional Atlas Persona. People love these characters in these worlds, and they ask for more. So Atlas has always given them more.
If it sells, they're not going to stop doing it. So, we got Myth Force, a first-person game inspired by Saturday morning cartoons where we have to eliminate hordes of enemy monsters in a high fantasy environment. Excuse me?
If you haven't seen this looks super fun. I don't really care for like roguelikes, but this is like
it's a roguelike? Ooh.
Have you seen Dark and Darker?
No, maybe.
So Dark and Darker is like a roguelike dungeon crawler. This seems like that, but like more or I guess the other one is class based as well, but this one is more like He-Man 80s style.
It gives that vibe off. I like the look of this a lot. All right.
I'm pretty sure the dungeons are randomized in this game.
That's cool.
But you can play up to 4 people. And
that looks sick. Yeah, all right. Myth Force is going to go on my list of never-ending games. Okay. Definitely for sure. I do love roguelikes, but yeah, no, the look of this is really cool. Myth Force. As we all know, I don't watch directs when they happen because I'm doing them here, but Myth Force looks sick. The Splatfest, which if somebody gets me Splatoon, I want to get involved in Splatfest, but as we all know, strawberry ice cream supremacy. Thank you. Everyone just joined the strawberry crew. I don't have Splatoon 3 yet, but just know I support my strawberry brethren, okay? Who's eating mint ice cream? Just go brush your teeth. Weirdo. Like, ugh, gross. Vanilla's my number 2. Why did they put chocolate?
Because one of the
poop.
most notorious.
It would look like poop. That's right.
Yeah, it was ketchup versus mayo, and it was just blood and cum, is what people said. So I'm sure they're avoiding the shit and cum dialogue this time.
There was already chocolate Splatfest. Oh, so there wasn't poop one. Okay. What's vanilla gonna be? I guess yellow.
It's like an off-white, like, um
Is that worse?
and people were like, it doesn't even look like cum. It's like, yes, but we're all children on the internet. Like,
Yeah,
we'll pretend.
makes sense. Detective Pikachu Returns. I never played the first one. I couldn't even tell you what kind of game it was.
It's short. I mean, it's you just explore a world and solve mysteries. It's a cute little game. It's definitely not difficult. But it is enjoyable. It's a fun little dialogue. If you've seen the Detective Pikachu movie, you don't need to play the first game. It's the exact same story, basically.
Graphics look like the Wii. John says. It is a Pokemon game. To be fair, we were talking about before. Is Ryan Reynolds Pikachu though?
No, no.
But fuck it, I'm not playing it.
Honestly, I like the Pikachu, like the Detective Pikachu voice. Like, how crazy would it have been if they got Ryan Reynolds to do the voice for the game?
That would make me play it. I love Ryan Reynolds. That is my man crush. Like, all right, so Detective Pikachu's. I don't know why he's biting Growlithe. And the fucking biggest surprise to me, I thought I would die before I ever saw this. I am so fucking excited for Super Mario RPG.
I don't buy into Nintendo Direct leaks, but when I saw this one, I tweeted, I was like, I really want this to be true. Like, I have a bottle of champagne that I will celebrate with if they announce this.
This is so
Um,
cool.
I've been pretty busy this weekend, but I do need to crack that open and
Look,
uh, just like drink it on stream and just like play the trailer while
yeah,
having a sip. Look how adorable little Mario is.
so
Like, I
fucking
love
cute.
him.
I will say, like, a game that kind of like scared me a bit was Super Mario RPG because going to that like fortress with the sword and like jumping on the chandelier in the beginning and that like loud clangy metal sound, like that scared me as a kid. Like I remember being like, this game's kind of terrifying, but
The
oh,
fact that you get to see all of this stuff in like full 3D, so like, I mean,
so
there's
good.
cutscenes. You get to see Gino come to life.
Yeah,
Like, I just cannot wait.
I never really even knew what Geno looked like because the graphics were Super Nintendo. You know,
Yeah, well, I mean, he was never like terribly defined until we
right?
got like, like the trophies that you could get in like Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
You could see Gino. But damn, everything about this looks so good.
Mallow, who's definitely a frog, obviously.
Oh,
That's my.
absolutely. Yeah, look at how frog like.
He's such a frog. Look at him. I love this game. I cannot wait. Oh, this was like one of the biggest things for me. I saw this on Twitter. I was like, there's no fucking way this is real. Like, Mallow's so great, John. I love him. This is gonna be great. I can't wait to see the Power Ranger ripoffs. The forget what they were called. But that boss fight is also hard as shit. I remember being stuck there forever as a kid. Such a good. I am so excited. November 17th. Gonna be great. Arkham Trilogy. I swear this was already a thing. Maybe on other consoles, but sure. Arkham Asylum, City, and Night, I assume. I gotta play Arkham Knight still.
Yeah, no Origins, which like I guess people were shitting on Origins. I never knew before that Origins was not a beloved game, but I really liked Origins. So
Yeah, it
if
was
they made it like all four games or like kept Night out, I think it would still be good.
it
But
wasn't made by Rocksteady or something.
gotcha. So it's just a licensing thing.
Yeah. So only Asylum's on the cartridge. That sucks, but
That's the most Switch thing I've ever heard.
if I'm gonna be honest, Sean, I don't necessarily want to play these on Switch. With all the love in the world. As I just saw with Red Faction Remastered, I got gypped playing that on Switch. So, yeah, there's that. I'll play these. I will say, you know what sucks is I love Asylum as a game more, but the fucking boss fights are so garbage. And then like City has way better boss fights, but I don't think City needed to be an open world. There's another game. Like, I get why they did it. It was a cool concept, but like, I could have lived if it was not. And then Night, I just gotta play. So, I should install these on my Steam Deck. Are they Steam Deck compatible? Because I'll play them again.
Surely. I've got Proton DB pulled up, so let's find out.
Proton DB lied to me about WWE, so I'm mad at them still.
Well, you were also playing on a dock. This is all. It's 100%
Oh, it's all
like
handheld.
handheld.
Oh, well, that's a good point. Okay, fine.
And let's take a look. So it looks like they're all gold. which
Okay.
means they work with either tweaks or some issues. But usually the issue for gold games is just small text.
Okay. So that's something, I guess. All right. Gloomhaven. What's up?
Sorry, it looks like these require the touchpad to get started. So like the start menu is like you have to use the mouse, and that's why it's gold.
Okay. Not a big deal then. Gloomhaven, which I didn't even read the description. Take on your mercenaries through dungeons as a mix of turn-based and card games.
You ever played this board game?
No.
So this is like a high-end board game, and literally the game is just a one-for-one translation. So it's even got the hex patterns on the floors. But it's basically like D&D in a controlled environment. You don't need a DM because the game is your DM.
Oh, that's kind of cool, I guess. Interesting. All right, I might be into that. Just Dance, don't care. Silent Hope, 7 warriors would join together in this action RPG, changing dungeons to face monsters. Okay. Never heard of this. It's chibi as hell, which is already kind of adorable.
It looks kind of generic. It could be very fun, but it looks like it was meant to be like a 3DS game, and they got it out late for like.
You know, once you said that, once you said that, now I can't unsee that. Yeah, this definitely gives off 3DS vibes. Okay, I don't know, maybe we'll see. You know what else is generic? You ever play Heroes of Ruin on 3DS?
I have not, but I know exactly what you're talking.
Generic ass Diablo clone. I was like, okay, that's a game. Fae Farm. Mix of sim RPG and okay, so farming and RPG. Oh, wasn't this in the last direct or something? I don't know. I'm not gonna play this. I played demo for that. It was made by Square Enix.
I mean, the last direct was a lot of farming sims, so I believe that it very well could have been.
Fair. Yeah, John, Heroes of Ruin was definitely a game for sure. Hot Wheels Unleashed 2. Okay, they're just coming back. Manic Mechanics. Kind of like Overcooked, but with car mechanics. Oh, me and Jeff will play this. He was a mechanic. He'll get it.
Kind of cool, honestly.
Okay. I could be about this, but you get to race the cars. Oh. Okay, you know what? This kind of looks neat.
It's just a fun little party game.
Yeah.
But I like the way that they did everything.
Okay, I could be into this. We'll see. I'll keep an eye on that one. Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope DLC. I need to play Mario Rabbids still.
Yeah, Sparks of Hope is super cheap. I think it's down to like $30. It's like half price.
That's not bad. Well, if I gotta play the first one. I could borrow it from a friend. He's got a physical cartridge, like a weirdo. But I can do it. Oh, isn't Rayman like part of this DLC or something? Finally.
Yes, this DLC pack is Rayman.
That's kind of cool. I'm into that. It's just weird to see Mario with a gun. Oh, all right. I gotta play it.
He's tired of the Mushroom Kingdom shit.
Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince. Oh, that was the subtitle of it. I definitely like these. I mean, again, another Pokemon game that's not a Pokemon.
Yeah,
so,
it's cool. I'm sure it'll play really well. But like the fact that they revived this series is so cool. Because when I saw the Dragon Quest teaser, I was like, oh dang, it's one of the Dragon Quest remakes. Like we're finally getting an announcement for it. But I was not expecting this.
I'm still waiting for my HD 2D version of 3. One day, it'll happen. Hey. I'm just waiting to play 3 for that version.
Dude, so I'm gonna play the offline version of the MMO.
Whenever that's coming too, who knows?
It's not. They announced it during like the Dragon Quest anniversary, and they were like, "Yeah, Japan only." They showed it to us, but they told us we couldn't have it.
Well, fuck you then, I guess. break butt time. All right, Willie, you go break your butt. Appreciate you. I'm gonna be here for a bit.
But
yeah, well, sorry about that. All right, Dragon Quest Monsters looks sick because Pokemon, basically. All right, I'm into that. Pikmin 4. I am not a Pikmin person, but I know you are. So if you want to,
I'm not actually. I just picked up Pikmin 3 for the Switch because I found it on sale somewhere, and it's gonna be the first Pikmin I've ever played. It looks cool.
The first one I played and I enjoyed it, but like never really had the desire to like go to 2 or anything. So
I'm
Maybe.
hoping I like these games because then I could have all four on Switch, and like being able to have a full set of anything on a single console is such a rare thing.
Yeah. I mean, it looks cute, and I do like the look of the Pikmin. But I can't even remember like the gameplay. You kind of just go get stuff for your ship and then reassemble it. So, you like Pikmin, Shell? I don't know. I never got super into it. I don't know. They're cute. I like the idea of them. Metal Gear Solid Collection. We kind of looked over that. Vampire Survivors was not. That was on Switch already.
I think it's just getting ported to Switch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta say, like, I like Vampire Survivors, but I won't go out of my way to play it. Like, it's fun, but I don't really think about it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time watching other people play this. It's not the kind of game I would sit and play. It's not like there's not enough going on. Like I understand it ramps up as you go, but I would get so bored before the ramp up happens that I
Yeah,
would probably just stop playing.
that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I have the a free version on my phone, and like that's kind of where I feel like it works best is like on a phone. But yeah, I don't know. Vampire Survivors, it's fun ish.
It's like a step up from an idle game, honestly,
Yeah,
which like is not a knock on anything. Like obviously people enjoy it if it's getting ports and it's sold a ton.
right.
But I do think it's more of like a casual game to play because like even a lot of your abilities are passive. You're basically just walking around and letting like stuff. You're idly shooting while uh, even more idly letting your passive abilities mow enemies down, and you're just picking up the little coins on the floor.
Right. Headbangers Rhythm Royale is a musical battle royal with pigeons. What?
I don't remember this. I don't know how I missed this because I watched it, but
Rhythm game. It's a rhythm game battle royal, I guess. I mean, okay, it's something different for the genre, I guess. Sure, why not? Because
should
game.
have been the new Parappa the Rapper game. If it's a rhythm game, it should have just been a multiplayer Parappa the Rapper.
Okay, Penny's Big Breakaway, a 3D platform game from the creators of Sonic Mania. Okay, Penny's Big Breakaway, you say? King's Naked. This kind of looks cool, actually.
I really like the art style. I'm trying to. It reminds me of like some newer indie games. Like the style is kind of Frog Gun, but more like less cell shaded, more 3D.
Frogun I want to play too because I'm just excited that somebody went like PS1 graphics for once in an indie game. Yeah, okay, this looks kind of neat. I didn't hear anyone talk about this one. Penny's
It,
big.
it
I'm
feels like it's gonna be Humble Games, like as the publisher. This feels like the kind of game they would put out.
You mean IGN, right? That's so weird that they own Humble now. Keep
Oh, do
forgetting.
they?
Yeah, IGN owns that.
I did not know that. But
Yeah, kind of seems weird with that. Oh, finally, we're getting a new course or a new wave of Mario Kart stuff. Me and Tina were playing it last night. We're like, hey, remember that time they were making new courses? Me too. So we got Squeaky Clean Sprint. That kind of looks fun. Is that from Tor? Oh, you can get Petey Piranha. What's his name, like Chad or something in like Smash Brothers?
I think this is the course that's brand new. One of them is like not been in any game before.
Okay, so Squeaky, yeah, because I've never seen Squeaky Keen. Okay, so we're getting a bunch of characters. Okay, Kamek. Wait,
I
you
love
can't.
that Wiggler gets pissed off when he gets hit.
Yeah. Wait, so I only saw one course. Where's the other courses? You son of a bitch! I want more courses. All right, I guess you're only getting that one course.
That's all you get.
Fuck, no.
But I mean, it's a completely original course.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like it does kind of make up for it because it's not like somebody's getting to play their favorite. Like nobody knows this course.
A lot of the tour courses are pretty much brand new to me because I ain't played Mario Kart Tour. So,
Don't blame me there.
yeah. Star Ocean Second Story R. I know nothing of Star Ocean. Do you?
This is a remake of Star Ocean 2. I have not played this game, but apparently it's like the Star Ocean 2 was the one that people liked the most.
Okay.
So people were really excited about this remake. It looks great. I love the 2.5D style. and like the character portraits are animated and they look great too. I don't know. I think this could be super cool.
Yeah, I kind of like it's, I don't know if I'd call it HD2D or whatever, I guess, but like their own version of that. Yeah, you know what? Okay, I could be into that. I've never actually played a Star Ocean, but I guess if I do, I need to play the first one or no?
I don't think so. I think it's separate. But also it's one of those like back on like PS1, PS2 era JRPGs. They would give it replayability by giving you two different characters to choose from, and
Mm.
like the stories like they'll intersect at points, but otherwise they're like separate stories. I think it's super cool that this is one of those games. So like immediately has replayability. It's like you're playing two different RPGs at once.
WarriorWare Move It, which I am absolutely shocked that they're going back to the WarriorWare well. I thought the one that came out didn't really do well, so kind of shocked about that. But I liked the Wii one because it made you do dumb things with the motion controls. So you know what? Yeah, okay. So John, yeah, me and John had the same reaction. The Wii one was my favorite because you had to do really dumb poses and stuff. But I guess I just need to get a set of official Joy Cons to play this. That's the problem. So I guess I'm gonna have to do that because I don't really have official ones.
I think this could be fun. My thing is I don't want to spend $60 or more on a mini game collection. Like this is a $40 game.
Yeah,
If it drops at $40, I'll pick it up. Or if I can catch it on sale for less than $40, I'll give this a shot. But I'm not paying $60 for a mini game collection.
micro game collection.
Oh, you're right. That I mean, so let's drop it down to $30 then.
Yeah, I'm just shocked that they're going back to this. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom amiibos, we knew that. And the other big one for me was Super Mario Brothers Wonder, which
It was so good.
I I kind of always thought that Mario in 2D was going to be dead because of Mario Maker, but then they killed Mario Maker, so I guess this is one way to do it. Super Mabuto is trip butt on acid. Maybe he is John. This actually kind of looks. I was afraid, like I didn't know how you like come back from like the new Super Mario Brothers look, but this looks much better without looking too different. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. I also couldn't have pictured a 2D Mario that I would have wanted to play. But I absolutely want to play this. Like
Yeah,
they killed it. They knew they had to make some updates. They couldn't just release another like generic game and like holy crap. Even before they showed the actual wonder mechanic, like the grinding, the new enemy types, like the talking flowers. The fact that one of the flowers is like, oh, look how peaceful that Goomba looks, and when you hit it, it goes, oh, okay.
yeah.
Like just surprised that you killed the Goomba.
This looks great. Honestly, I can't wait to play this. And then I didn't see it on here, but Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon coming to Switch too, right?
Well, so those are probably going to get more footage, which is why they probably didn't include it. So there's that, and then there's the Princess Peach,
Right.
like side scroller game that they didn't really say a whole lot about, but they did say more information to come.
All right. Well, I guess. Oh, Blue Toad is just dead. I guess we don't talk about him no more because I guess Peach is here. Sorry, Blue Toad. We used to like you, but yeah, you know what? I'm in. All right, I'm gonna put. Yeah, that's everything on here. So that direct was fucking good. If nothing else for Super Mario RPG just alone, I am about it. I'm excited for it, and I want it now.
Oh my god, I would kill another human being to play it right now.
Oh, hold on, Fight Forever is coming out first, brother. You can spill blood in that game.
Few days.
I can't fucking wait. I will be a Fight Forever content creator for a long time.
They showed a lot of new stuff for that too.
I've been
Which is
keeping
kind
up.
of cool that they're still like dropping teasers.
I am very excited for that. But for now, actually, so what's gonna happen with me, guys, is I'm gonna after the podcast, I'm gonna take a little transition, get a snacky. I'm gonna be streaming some Darksiders 3 for a bit, and then eventually playing Gunfire Reborn with Klep. So like, don't go anywhere after the podcast. That's what I'm gonna be doing. So keep following me here on twitch.tv/console Kev and everywhere else. Chase, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on all the places at Kektor, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, TikTok.
Everywhere in his brand new streaming room, which I keep like watching the LED strip behind you doing zooms. Kind of fun. So everyone, that's where we'll be. I'm gonna probably be going for a long time today. I got nothing else going on. So that's my plan. So thank you to our patrons. We got JD from the Red Leaf Retrocast and Clepissimo, love you, who I probably will be playing Gunfire Born with today at some point. So look out for that. And my roguelike buddy. We gotta get you into a roguelike. Try Gunfire. It's on Game Pass. Come on.
I'm not against it, but I just don't want you to get your hopes up.
Do you like Borderlands?
Not really. I don't like
Fuck.
that you can't, like, there's not a cover mechanic in Borderlands.
Okay, well, yeah, there's no cover mechanic in this. Fine, whatever. I'll try to get you into something one day. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the podcast part of this. Like I said, I'm going to just keep the stream going. I'm going to go take a potty, and then I'll be back. So, love your faces, and goodbye.
Goodbye, friends.
Bye, friends.